urban, okay? So what is urban? So when someone says, when I say urban, or when you see the word urban, what comes to your mind? Okay, so I just want to engage in a little bit of discussion. The answer might seem very simple, but I still want to engage in some discussion on this. Because we'll get into what, some aspects of what is urban in a little while. So I want to discuss a little bit on what is urban. So when you hear the word urban, what does it mean for you? So maybe starting from the back side there, okay, this time. So what does urban mean for you?
More than working men population, more than 90% is not in agriculture field.
Okay, fantastic. That's the perfect example of what is urban, okay? But let me just go to the others, okay? That's a very good definition of what is urban. Others, anyone else, what is urban? Yeah.
So population density is more than 5,000.
Population density more than 5. Density or size? Size. Population size more than 5,000. Density is more than 400. Okay, why 400? This is the definition in India or? Indian census definition. Population more than 5,000. And density more than 400 per square kilometer. Okay, good. I think I have that on the next slide. I wasn't sure if the definition has changed. But what about other things there? So size and density. Is it the style of buildings? Should you have like high-rise buildings in an urban area? Or could an urban area be called urban if it has got low-rise buildings? It does not have any skyscraper. Could it still be an urban area?
It can be, because basically it has to be a non-agricultural settlement.
Non-agricultural settlement. Okay, good.
So with time the vertical rise happens.
Okay. Okay. So all of you are really smart people, okay? So it is not about the height of the building. It's not about the style of the buildings. To some extent it is about the population size. To some extent it is about population density. But really what defines an urban area from a non-urban area is, two people have mentioned this, that the majority of the population is engaged in non-agricultural operations, right? Either in the secondary sector. Primary sector is the agricultural sector, secondary sector is manufacturing, or the tertiary sector, which is services, right? Insurance, real estate, medicine, hospitals, and education. They're all service sector. So more than a certain proportion of the population, at least 50% of the population, but perhaps more than 50%. In some countries, it will be more than 50% of the population. Let's look at how different countries define urban, okay? So in India, as some of you said, the census definition is the minimum population of 5,000, density of population of at least 400 persons per square kilometer, and at least 75% of the, and I don't know if this is still true, okay? The male main working population engaged in non-agriculture, is it still male or is it total working population? Still male. Even though a large segment of the working population is female, the census still defines. Okay. So the next time the census happens, maybe you should change the definition. Maybe in 2030, 2040. I don't know when the census has been postponed for so long. So you have some time to change the definition. I think it should be changed. Okay. In the US, the minimum population is 50,000 and certain population density. So the Indian definition is actually a better definition of what is urban. The US definition does not really say that so many people should be engaged in non-agricultural operations. So the Indian definition is much better, except for this male only. Okay? So let's look at how different countries define this. Sorry, I'm trying to go back. Where am I? Okay, let's see how different countries define this. So I'm going to propose, we'll have a small activity now, okay? And we'll look at how different countries in the world define urban, okay? So I'm going to divide you into teams of 3 or 4. and then I will ask you to use your phones and take about 10 or 15 minutes to look up the definition of urban in that particular country. And one person from each team will upload that information onto a Google form that has been created. Okay, and you probably have a link to that Google form. And we'll have about 15 minutes for this activity. Okay, so I'm going to form these teams. Let's see. Let me just start from the back. So you are number one, okay? So you're number one. Person from Calcutta, number two. No, you're number two. Yeah. You're number three. You're number four, okay? Okay, how many people there are? Maybe 20 people, 25 people. Okay, you're number four. Okay, then you are number one again, okay? You're number two. You're number three. You're number four. Okay? Then you're number one. Number two. Number three. You're number three, okay? Number three. And you're number four, lady number four. And you are number one. Number two, the blue dress. Number three, okay? Number four. You're number one, number two, and number three. Okay, all the number ones, raise your hand. Okay, all of you, stand up and walk to the back. All the number ones. All the number ones walk to the back. And you will be looking at the definition of urban in Brazil. Okay, collectively, write about, do a quick look at the definition of urban in Brazil. And one person, write down what the definition is and upload it to the Google form. And you'll have about 10 minutes to do it, 10 or 15 minutes. And after that, one person from the group will share with everyone else, this whole class, what the definition of urban is in Brazil, okay? So you have let's say 10 minutes to find the definition of Brazil. And one person has to write and put everyone's names on it. Okay, all the number twos, raise your hand. Okay, all the number twos, stand up and walk to the left corner of the room. No, you're the announcer here. Okay, so team number two, you look at the definition of urban in Japan. Okay. Okay, all the number threes, raise your hand. Okay, all the number threes. So you guys, could you stand up and come to this side? The left side. And all the number fours. Who are number fours? Okay, all of you come here to Ashish. And so number three, you look at definition of urban in France. Okay, number four, look at the definition of urban in Egypt. Okay? Definition of Egypt. So remember the country. I don't remember the country. I'm just calling out at random. So I don't remember the country. You guys remember the country.
Of administrative centers.
So which country is this?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay, please.
Urban and suburban zones of administrative centers of municipalities and districts. It is not based on size of population and the density of the population.
Okay, so there's no size, no density, no requirement that it is working population, so much of the working population.
No.
Okay, so that's one definition. So you see how it's different from India's definition, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. So team 2, someone can team 2 can share the definition of urban in your country. Which country are you, did you look at?
Japan.
Okay,
The first criteria is it should be a municipality having a population of 50,000 or more,
yeah,
and 60% of the houses in the municipality must be located within the central built-up area.
okay,
At least 60% of the population must be engaged in commerce, industry, or other urban type of activity.
that is not
And-
agricultural.
Yeah, non-agricultural.
Yeah.
And any additional condition that is set by the prefectural ordinance must also be met.
Okay, great, fantastic, excellent definition. So please upload that onto the Google form, okay, and put everyone's name in the group on that form. So whoever, only one person has to upload, but they should put everyone's name on that. And put the name of the country also. Okay, now the opportunity comes for team 3. So team 3, one person from team 3 share the definition of urban in your country.
Our country was France.
Okay.
So the definition of urban areas is a continuous settlement of 2,000 inhabitants
Yeah,
with buildings distance should be a minimum of 200 meters.
okay,
Okay. A job center of more than 1,500 with commuting suburbs of more than 40% workers commuting to the urban core. And a density of more than 300 inhabitants per square kilometer.
okay. And nothing on the working population? So this percentage should be employed in non-agricultural occupations?
No, sir, 40% of inhabitants should commute to the urban core.
Commute to the urban center, okay. But they could be employed in agriculture operations there.
So it's not mentioned.
It's not mentioned, yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank you. So just upload that to the Google Forms, okay? Okay. And team 4.
So in Egypt, the definition of urban area is based purely on the administrative approach, not on the population size or functions. So it includes the 4 urban governorates like Cairo, Port Said, Suez and Alexandria, and agglomeration of cities and towns within other government, and the administrative center of Markaz district. Like these all are, the definition can differ from more functional or population based understanding of urban areas in Egypt.
Great, great. So you can see that the definition of urban varies from country to country, right? And in some countries they define easily. We all assume that it is something, but it actually varies from place to place. But the best definitions are from the ones that I picked these countries at random, okay? I didn't know what their urban is, so I just picked it at random. So of the 4 that we discussed, probably Japan's is the best definition. And you guys know India's definition is very similar to India's definition, except they are not sexist, right? Japan's definition does not say only males. So probably the Japanese definition is a better definition than the Indian definition. The Indian definition is better than most other definitions also. So, so as you can see, urban varies quite a bit, but most economists and demographers say that the key thing that defines urban is that a certain percentage of the population should be engaged in non-agricultural operations. That's the key thing, key defining characteristic of an urban area. Because urban areas are primarily economic entities. There are lots of economic things happen in an urban area, and they happen only in an urban area. And urban areas are created because of those economic needs. And so I'll walk you through all this later this afternoon, but today I'm going to briefly talk about, if I can, go to the next slide, that is.